Assalamu alaikum, Wakayi. Welcome back to the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel, the home of Gambian football. It's the Gambia Football Show, as we usually do on Sunday. I think last week we were not around. Unfortunately, we had to cancel last minute because of engagements again. But we're back today for another enticing show. There is a few topics to discuss. Hopefully, our regulars will join us along the way. Seni Kanye and Space TV and Space Hamadi to join us along the way. Buba Momtei du ko muna make. But maa ngi fi with my co-host, Coach Che. Mi ngi busy tay. Ma ne ko mi ngi busy tay. Coach nuyu naa la. Nu mu fa demee.
jërëjëf Chama fay naa la delloo ziar di nuyu suñu audience yi di leen asalaamaaleykum wa rahmatullahi taala wa barakaatuhu ku nekk dem naa fi nga toog jox naa la loxo di leen jaajëfal bu baax a baax a baax comme ni ko Chama waxee rek
Mbadu officiel ñoo yow ma ko mbadu ko nawek ñoo jël lu gaay moom biir Gambia because ci office la nekk
office laa nekk light moo off
yeah loolu lay wax nawek jël lu gaay moom nawek
non light moo ñëw kay dafa waxoon moom moo ñëw
ok waaw continue
waaw comme di leen jaajëfal di leen ne welcome to Jollof Football YouTube channel home Gambian football once again another Sunday la waaw ñu seet daal tey nag naka la ak nan jërëjëf
Maneko another Sunday, another Gambia football show. There was a few things we missed last week. Last week would have been nice to know. One of the things was last week's surprise over a Tanga Manjai. Noise banging body word. So I'm not losing a book on a little I'm sure because you guys were busy on that as well. Man order make man personally on my side here. And also it's June. We just enter into July, and as we usually do, we do the local and the professional player of the month as well as the team of the month for foreign players. So we will look at that. Gambian players have been busy in the transfer window, and players have been making moves. Some players have seen their contracts, come to an end. Some moves have been exciting. So the last foreign based players, as well as look at the GFF Leagues. But we will definitely space put into that more. But in the heat of things, Manjai, in the second division with his club, Unique Global. The attack si interview si. Why do that make why when this week he had a devastating news in football. We don't usually talk about we only focus on Gambian football. But football dafa nekk benn community boo xam ne community bu rëy la so we are very much connected to these players both home and abroad, like the leagues. So a very big figure gaining the game at his peak ages. I think it's something like it's a very sad week for football. I think Diego Jota, he's passing. Liverpool player. Of course, man, I'm very, very much connected because I'm a Liverpool fan. And it really hit me hard, to be honest. Week B, it really hit me hard. But I know it was across the board, not just the Liverpool fans. It was across the board, football fans in general. It really, really hit them hard. Just 28 years of age. Mama brother Andre Silva. They had an accident, and then the unthinkable thing happened. But so his life, it's been a very, very tough week for football fans. You know how to do the affair, and if you have any words to shed on that.
Chama, first of all, the Mandika Jale family, the entire football fraternity, see personal Diego Jota. Now this is the first time in my life player Muganyu mu affect the entire world because player bi dayom la ak fu mu toll si carrière ak li mu jot a def si diggante bu gàtta bi jaar-jaaram xam nga It was so sad. Man, maa ngi woon training ground. Kenn si suñ coach yi si moom Liverpool fan la moo ko wax ne mu ñëw ne ko boy ale yow tey mais bu tey dañu am dëcc ne ko ku gaañ mbaa jàmm muy wax jéego jota moo gaañ ne ko boy yow nga di caaxaan waaye xam nga rek comme out of the blue mi woon no jota fa gaañ serious mu ngi si all over the internet fekk suñ place fekk ñu docteur suñ place yaa ngi woo understand c'est là ko xam nga ñun duñu allow ñu use phone sax c'est là ne ni boy da ngaa caaxaan ma jës ma phone bi c'est là duga gis ko si all over the social media ma ne waaw xam nga it was a very very sad days ku ko digal ni rek day surprise kii mu tey bu yàgg la jógee si bu yàgg la lii waaye xam nga ana fi tamit lii daf ñu war a jàngal ñun suñu bopp as human beings especially as muslims ne fii dara saxut yàlla moom amul mag amul ndaw ku nekk sa digg kat doole fi nga nekk sa digg doole mën na la faa jëlee so lii dafa delloo suñu xel si yàlla xam nga there's life after everything xam nga football bu ko nañ ko nee na waaye there's life after football xam nga humanity xam nga sax jaamu yàlla mooy loolu rek moo laa muccal fii ak àllaaxira so yeah it's sad comme nga rek boo tamit it daf ñu jàngal lu bare ne every single day cherish ko dafa loo si mun si lu baax si dimbale askan bi dimbale nit ñi xam nga yokk sa boppa yokk jaamu yàlla loolu rek laa si mun a jàngal ba peut-être wax di ñu tamit ñu bàyyi ci xel bu baax a baax àdduna amul solo defante lu bon defante lu ñaaw jaru ko tey jéego jota su nekkoon play bu mel nu war a mel du ko tey du mel nu mel démba man sant bi life I was in it live. I was so emotional, to be honest. Yeah, but again, that's life. We are always
That's
in
right.
for it. Gina
We are
es gina metile amut gina es le am. Hamba. So life no la.
I've been on that. Oh, definitely. It really hit hard. It really hit hard. As as a fan, also, it really hit hard. I cannot even understand. He was such a likable person. If I'm reading the tributes from his colleagues, his teammates, his Portugal teammates, or the football world, everything you are hearing is like you kind of have that feeling that he was the best friend to everybody in the team.
Yeah.
A very
Yeah.
nice, easygoing guy. But like you say, the good die young. Xam nga yàlla moom waxul kenn dara, so he can take you anytime he needs you. So di ko jaare rek. Di ko waaw. Mooy loolu. Waaye yeah, it's been really hard. I could not record anything. This week I should have been recording a few things. The team of the week. Of course I did the post. I created the article. I did player of the month. But after I just don't want to do anything football. That's how hard it hit me, to be honest. But mooy loolu daal comme na ko waxee rek ñu delluwaat si yàlla mooy lu am solo so ñu move on ñu dooree si suñ Jollof Football Bantaba team of the month bi first of all let's talk about the player of the month. Gibirl Sillah of Azam. He, of course, he's one of those players we'll be talking about when it comes to foreign-based players as well, because Contra Gambia as well, Jehna Azam. But this is the third time he's been named the Jollof Football Bantaba Team of the Month. Since we started doing this is the third time he's up there with the players with the most, I believe. I think Yanko Minte is up there as number one, but he is there second or third when it comes to the number of times he won it. So in June rather, he played 4 games, got a couple of goals in those 4 games, helped his club Azam. They won all of their games. They ended the season with 2 wins, and he was involved in both of them, scoring a brace in their second to last game, which was the penultimate game, as well as making his long-awaited Gambia debut, I would say, because we have been waiting for him to make his debut for the Gambia national team. He did during the international break, where Gambia played 2 friendly against Uganda and Equatorial Guinea. I think he was one of the standout performers. After coach saw him in those 2 games, I think he's going to be much more in coach's thoughts after those 2 games. And now he's leaving Azam on a high. Scored some brilliant goals there. Had a wonderful season again. They finished third in the league. It was not a standout month for Gambian players. I would say it like that. I would say that. That's why 2 goals was enough to win the team of the month. But the reason was a lot of the players were on break as well, so not a lot of a big number to choose from. And out of the players we nominated, people voted him as the Jollof Football Bantaba player of the month. Now he will be leaving Azam Che. space wala na fee nekk si boy space la di ko dem wax ñu fan la moo dem waaye yow what do you make of Gibirl Sillah his time in Azam and his June player of the month? Yeah.
Chama, I think he's a very very good player, as you all know. Understand, and he deserves it because he has been putting in the numbers. So the referee taxaw am peut-être ni ko am solo tamit long awaited debut ñu ko nit ñi yaaga joyal ñaanal ko ñi xeexal ko understand yàlla may na ko tey ba tey he can call himself a Gambian international player understand that by merit and by right xam nga yeah I think it's good for everyone xam nga so mu fa bi nag moom kon nga Suisse ne ko mu ñoo dimbale wala Sirifo sax ana Sirifo Chama
Wow, boy,
what if invite I think moom moo ko represent
Sirifu, I'm not
yeah
sure he's representing him. I just think they are close, but I don't think he's representing him. I'm not sure, but yeah,
okay yeah yeah so mooy loolu daal
So congratulations to Gibirl Sillah, June 2025 Player of the Month. Let's look at the team of the month, Chair. Let's look at the team of the month. This is how the team of the month is lined up. We have Ibrahim Jajo Stek in goal, Abubakar Sidi Kinte, Alaji Sen, and Mohamed Sane in defense. We have Haruna Rashid Jai and Gibirl Sose, who was very close to Gibirl Sillah when it comes to the voting for the player of the month, actually. Gibirl Sillah, Abdullah Mane, and Modu Baro. Modu Seka Baro is a player that we have not heard of for a while. So he's been doing well with his club, Incheon United in South Korea. And then up top, you have Adama Sidibe, who scored a brace for Gambia against Equatorial Guinea, and Abubakar Tambedu, who won every single game with his club Levadia in the Estonian League during the month, scoring a goal and assisting as well. This is the team of the month. A couple of new faces in the team of the month, I would say. That is Modu Baro, Alaji Sen. Oh, three and Gibirl Sose. These three players are the new faces. The other players have been there. Abubakar Sidi Kinte makes it again. He continued to impress, making his debut last month in May. He was named the player of the month, the young player of the month in the Norwegian League in May. And clubs were, surrounding him. Now he's back again in June, continued that form in May. His club continued to do well. He continued to have minutes. Wonderful kid. Wonderful kid. I'm very excited about how he's going to grow as a player. But what do you make of this team, Che?
yeah I think Chama is a good team kon ko yof ko ku nekk what he has done throughout the month understand nga te yow moom soo waxee moom du ma si gaaw a teg baat parce que yow ni nga dee fully play sa go ma xaw ma ndax passion la xaw ma ndax obsession la xaw ma ban laa si war a use waaye you are doing a lot pour make sure ne yaa ngi follow xale yi bu baax a baax a baax make sure ne gars yi seen development seen progress yëpp mu ngi intact xam nga so I think it's a good thing te gis nañu fa tamit place yoo xam ne mooy loolu ku mel ni Ablaye Mane moom tamit he has been doing well xam nga comme ni ko waxee rek yeah I think it's a good team to be honest ak suma
Yeah.
star bi Mohamed Sane
Yeah, Sane, he's been consistent, to be honest. He came into the national team, he played a couple of very good games, and with his club to Abyss, they have kept their form in the Kazakhstan league. Alaji is another name that, he has not been there before, but he's somebody we would have expected to go past this. He made his Gambia debut as well. Three of these players, Abdullah Mane, Alaji Sen, and Gibirl Sillah, they all made their Gambia debut in the last international. And Alaji Sen, he went back to his club. He continued that form. They played the pre-season friendly. He scored a goal. He's starting to get back to what we know of him. Last season was a write-off for him because of the injuries as well. So we expect a lot from him going into this upcoming season. Especially Gambian defense is an area where we really need to step up. That's why I'm very excited about this kid. That is one of the reasons I'm excited about Abubakar Siddique. But he's a very good player. Did you watch him play, right, Abubakar?
no musuma ko seetaan
Yeah, you should check him. He's a top talent. Currently he's actually one of the most highest uh uh market value Gambian player in the top 10 Gambian players when it comes to market value, transfer
waaw
market value.
keroog gis naa yaa ngi ko dugal.
Yeah. So yeah, because Slavia Praha, they were also very much interested in him to sign him. But like the offer they put in, his club Tromoso, they rejected that offer, which was a big offer to be honest for a player of his caliber uh to attract that kind of amount of money. I think it was a lot, but they still rejected it because they believe this player has the potential to bring more fun for them as a club. They are very very much confident with this kid, and he is not disappointing at all. He's a top talent. I can see him going far in the game, but yeah, he's still young, 18 years, so there is still a lot of development to do for him. But the potential is definitely there. That's why I'm excited about that one. Gibirl Sohetu is somebody worth mentioning. I think he was very, very impressive. Scored his first professional goal during the month for Kalmar. Helped them also got an assist. Started all their games during the month. This is the first month that he did that, which was very, very, very good. Yeah, it was a good team, but again, you don't need to forget that 50% or more than 50% of Gambian players were on break during particular period, so the pool was quite small to pick players from. So that was a factor in the team. But nonetheless, they still have a good month. Man, ko sa waa yi ñëw na Séni xam nga dugal ko si biir. Séni nuyu nañ la ziyaare nañ la.
Hey, Chama, happy to be back again. My new coach, they are currently watching as well, so I'm quite happy to be back again. It's a
It's
pleasure.
great. It's great to have you. You come right on time because we are just about to move on to the local based player of the month, which again is a Steve Biko player. Ebou Sama. Wonderful month. Space Negofi, but just to look at his numbers, 3 games played, 4 goals, including a hat trick. Becoming the second player in the league to score a hat trick this season. Ebou Sama. Now he's vying for the Golden Boot. I think he's at top with 10 goals, tied with who? I don't know. I cannot remember, but I know 2 players have 10 goals in the league, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, player of the month, Seni.
Proof of God, I'm with 10 goals.
Yeah. Juf. Yeah, Abdullah Juf. Yeah, exactly. So Ebou Sama, after Jaite won it last month, Ebou Sama win it this month because you guys are cooking something there, right? So congratulations to Ebou Sama. But any words? He started the season very well, then I think in the mid-season he kind of slowed down, and now ending of season he has picked up that kind of. What is the secret in Biko Boy when it comes to strikers? You guys always produce some top strikers for this country. Tell us the secret.
Pamphlet field ku gars yi yaakaar mooy place Adama Bojang mooy place kii nii Lamin Oyin Cissé mooy Simondo bi Adama dem daf leen disappoint.
Yeah.
Am I right? Aseni, am I right or am I wrong?
True.
The same profile of but left foot la. The same profile ñoom Oyin Sila am ak ñoom Adama Bojang bi the height. In fact physical sax moom mooy ngi taxaw physical te left foot la but he disappointed. Chama di ko am sax dem ku dala kul wa dem ku dala kul. But he's a good player. He's a very, very good player.
Seni, tell us about Sama.
Yeah, Chama, if you can remember, before the start of the season, I actually told you about the boy that he's the next big thing. And first game against Hawks, he scored the only goal for us. Then the season went through, but he had a dip in form. But since the second round started, or let's say mid part of the second round, he started scoring goals. It's indicated that we have to give chance to these young players, so that they can showcase what they have. Sama, he has been great. He's a good lad, and honestly, I have no doubt that he's going to the top there. Hopefully, he's going to win the golden boot, because it's a very important talk. Okay, you said that Steve Biko has produced a lot of strikers for this country. Well, not just Steve Biko, Bako as a community, has produced top strikers for this country over the years. So honestly, I think it's great. It's great. The signs are positive that the boy is going to the top, and then hopefully, the next Gambia under 20 is going to be an integral part of the squad.
Yeah, that under 20, sir. Going on a play there, send tournament, Bob. No. How far? Negotiate selection, Bob. No, space for got money they were here.
Well, I'm not too sure, but I'm not that we had a single player before keep with the Jinka, but hopefully, the final list, hopefully,
Yeah, the midfielder, right? The midfielder.
Yes.
Yeah. You hope for that.
Wafu bi xam nga wafu dañ pusoon tournament bi.
Waaw lu moo tax sax déggaatuma affaire am yeah lu xewul gars yi pousse ko ñoom na organise de.
yaa ma gën a gars seen affaire.
So ñu ne ba kañ dafa gars yi di pousse.
am na xamoo kañ am. After July la gars yi wax de July.
Yeah, this month. I think it's this month.
It's gonna be this month.
But I think that it's also good for us in one sense. Especially clubs right now, same players, because man personally at Uni Global, that will affect a lot. Affect a lot. Yeah, the entries are affected because we are in the business end of the scene. Understand? Losing some of your big, because star players, so your top players always affect people. So I think it was good to it. Then it is even good for Ablai or like Bojang. The amount of it, Muna plays him full time. You have to Muna available. Do a mental instruction.
Yeah. Congratulations to him, Mommy Tamit. Managa Mommy Tamit space na ko yobu si plus bi. Mo dem dara. Space mo de yobu guy.
I am fair len nak. Man dem dalu ji bana.
Na yo do dem. Space mo de dem liggéey bi.
Bana.
Space de dem liggéey bi.
I am do.
Finally, you move on. You them see. Let's talk about Manjai. Let's talk about Manjai. Wow. Let's talk about Manjai. Then after we go there, right? Lala. Wow. Let's talk about Manjai. We have heard a lot. We have heard a lot about Manjai. Something like the community, the those running the park. There is some misunderstanding going on from my understanding. Last week it was very heated. So what is going on? What is the latest? What can you tell us?
Chama, I think it's very easy. Manjai because people are misquoting so many things that are happening. Yeah. It's not between Manjai Sports Association and the people of Manjai. That's not the problem. Problem when the people of Manjai or some people of Manjai, some people of Manjai claim ownership of the football field, Farakov football complex. Is their inheritance. Understand? ñoom seen tool la woon ñoom ñu ko doon use gars yi ñëw bàyyi ñu ko pour ñu jox comme fa nekkoon ñuy jox gars yi di fay every year comme there are so many things to xam ne yow yaa ngi dafa nekk understand so léegi nag gars yi loolu gars yi ñëwaat dekkiliwaat because lan la dañ dégg ne KMC ak Manjai Sports Association dañ amoon a PPP with Hamza Bari to develop artificial turf. So that's where everything started. Then as a footballing sporting body, we are mandated for 4 years. So in terms of development pathway. So artificial turf has been dilapidated for years. It was under their control. So like has we don't have the capacity, and we know that with the result of inactive, that you financially, we not activities, not more development in field. So when you come with this idea of trying to put partners because we don't have the capacity. So we went to council to seek for advice. Mayor and his team, this and this and this is allowed. Go under the Local Government Act. So you publish advertise kubuga PVP stuff in you. So you give a grace period of a month. Understand? 3 proposals came. Hamza Bari came before the closing date. Yenanyari came after. Understand? So we give priority to Hamza because of more in the before time. Understand? After review, you get everything like look at like financial proof of financing, planning, everything lunch solo move. Like you ñu jël jëmal ko KMC. Buñ ko jëmalé KMC, KMC will do the needful. Mooy ne Manjai field bi is on a Kololi ward. Understand? Why? Kololi Bakote ak Manjai ñom ñoo si ha field bi. Légui mu 3 councilors yëpp nga leen ne this is what we have for Manjai football field for sports complex. So what do you guys think? Come one guy then Alimu Fanera. So the council of Manjai went back to his people, which is right. We have no problem. It is right. Then you came to in the letter. They indicate the Manjai. They go back to that's where everything started. Guy Manjai joke. No, so if you want to outside and near. So we have going back and forth at council level. KMC made it very clear to them. They are the custodians of the field and all the fields in KM. Understand? And Manjai is a zone, registered zone. So Manjai is not only for Manjai, it's for 9 wards. Under Manjai zone. Understand? So ñom sen buga du mëna am. At their level, they can organize their own event, their own things. But the field doesn't belong to Manjai. The field belongs to council. Understand? So ñom lu la mënta accept. So dem ne lu nekk na legi KMC ñu ngi ñoo defan MOU between Manjai Sports Association and KMC. But Manjai Ward Development Committee, which ñom wa Manjai nagul ndolu ñom ñu ngi is the VDC. At council level, local government at council level, there's not like VDC. There's only Ward Development Committee. Understand? Ñu ngi leen ne ñom ñu as witness. They didn't come. Wednesday lañu wanna sign that MOU ñom ñëwuñ. Ñun tamit as a sports committee, understand? Ñun ñu ngi leen ne ñun duñ mëna sign MOU boo xam ne Manjai di ward committee bi dañ fa war a bokk. Loolu is not right. But when you copy 2 members, you know that is not right. Understand? Then council of quality mo tax mu wax mu ne dafa gis biasness because su fekkee ne Manjai dañu war a am for representative te fii bi nekk under his ward kon kóol li ñoo xaar ba pare ñu ngi dégg tamit ne gars yi baaxut ñu su Manjai duggee ñoom dañoo dugga so gis na dafa gën a indi problème so ñu ndigal leen ne what happens in Manjai should go across the board. Constitution bu Manjai di use la West Secondary West di use secondary is a secondary center at Bakaw. So why should we be different with other zones? So KM Sports, as far as sports is concerned in the council, in the region, we are the one running sports. And when you sign across the board. Legi KMC, you are the custodian of the park. Manjai Sports Committee are the one running affairs of the field. Yes, Manjai Sports Committee at KMC, you want to sign that contract, that MOU. Understand? Like after signing that MOU, like it's very clear. Any person go hamne ñona pour def naka suru nonu. Your police we are there. Police in the same league. So lila rek, but people of Manjai, come more people of Manjai, come some people of Manjai, come some people of Manjai, I'm part of Manjai. Come mo man fofu la de kama ñomo tika. Understand? I see myself as a Manjai wa Manjai because 7 years la ko def. Suma dom yi fofu lañ judo. So hanga man fofu la bok. Te jamala si ak ñom so sa interview sax ñoo xam nga rek du ñaka ci ko community ñoo xam ne dañ jé xawa démé benen bor but that's life you disagree to agree xam nga but they are good people understand li ci jamalañ loolu la xam ci ñom waaye in this case moom understand kan su ñoo régler everything so ñun as community ñun amul dara ben problème ak ñom ñun suñu liggéey lañ wara def understand and our time will end this after this year after this night suñu temps bi jeex na so that's it ñun daal lu ñu war a daal if they want to control the park. Let them come through the right way. You have an elective congress next year. Guy form a team. If the stakeholders want them, let them vote for them. In. If not, mooy but as far as we are concerned, ñun kéem si ñoo ñu jox ñu fi dénka so anything loo xam ne dañ fa jóge kéem si ñoo ñoo ne joxe leen caay bi génn leen fi simple.
Yeah, understand now. Yeah, gis naa protest bi last time ma ko gis Gambia Talent TV gaa ngi protest di wax ne team si bu gaay fay pour nawetaan ak yooyu noonu nawetaan du am at bii nii ak yooyu noonu yeah gis dégg naa yooyu noonu I was following the proceedings but yéen week bi def ngeen seen nawetaan balloting bi ak yooyu noonu ana lifin boo ma seen sax démb waaw def ngeen seen nawetaan balloting bi fa min ne qualified rounds later mu start yes, how are you going to handle that situation, or is the police gonna is enough security for that?
Okay, ñoom li ñu la nawetaan do am ba ko préférence do am ak yooyu ñoom fi ñu ko base mooy ne ñoom ñi Manjai field kenn du fa play pour mu leer ñun suñ field right now ñu defal nañ ko sax ñax bi yëpp guro na understand dañ bëgg mu gën a guro rek mu gën a dëgër yëpp mu fees step understand then after ñu indi rôle am mu rôle ko ba fii yëpp level ñu doo ko use so only playoffs dañ ko bëgg a use pour nawetaan bi léegi ne conférence yi ñu ngi ko play Bakote school ak Bakote field Mboyo field ak Bakote school field bi foo lañ ko play foo lañ ko play ñaari field yooyu lañoo use pour conférence yi pour muy leer su ma waxee démb su ma waxee tey nawetaan war naa ko representative from Manjai from that WTC may leen ne nawetaan dara mun ko tere bu soobee yàlla ida ñun Manjai sports committee ñoo ko organise o yéen Manjai WTC yéen a ko organise understand waaye nawetaan moom dina am dara mun ko tere am ku ko organise am loolu yàlla moo xam ak ñoom waaye ñun nawetaan dina am team buñ yëpp li na bëggoon leen mën a xeexal team sax ne leen ne waaw bu leen fay bu leen lii because initially sax am na impact amul lay am na impact because impact bi mooy ne team su dina form ak ñuy vet ba ñëpp jaala ñu call leen ñëpp understand ak team su mujjee ñëw register dafa dem down because we had over 50 teams ñu vet pour ñu ñëw but we end up having 44 teams ñu mujjee fay understand because am na impact amul lay am na impact 100% understand but nawetaan dina am conference dina start Friday bii la moo start understand nawetaan mu start in August inshallah rabbi we rest assured of that.
Yeah, going into about the nawetaan maa ngi gis seen qualifier round defeat bi naka la xooyee seen qualifier round balloting bi def ngeen ko ba pare yeah qualifier round you have Manjai cluster, you have a Bakwale cluster, Bundung cluster, yeah, Kirserin cluster, four different clusters. This seems new to me. Can you elaborate on that? What does that mean?
Well, first of all, li dañ see gërëm Serekunda is because tamit wasambahay morom yaw sa dara samba ñoom they are used to doing these clusters because of nawetaan is a community football thing, so dañ bëgg every community within the community mu am representative si nawetaan bi understand léegi this cluster dafa allow each gox nga am opportunity pour sa team nekk fa soo gisee ñun ko waxee rek Bakote la Manjai Kololi Kër Serigne Sancaba Bijulo Kotu ñii nii ñoo wóor ñoo ak Dibakunda ak Serekunda la noonu ñoo wóor paak bi ñoo wóor Manjai léegi dañ ne ok Manjai cluster bi mooy ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi diggante Kotu Kololi ak Manjai ñoo jegante ñooy bokk benn cluster so which means that there must be a representative from these three communities Kololi Kotu Manjai fu mu am ku fa génna seen groupe ñu ne daje ku fa génna mu represent area boobu noonu yëpp pour dem playoff si Kër Serigne ak Bijulo ak Sancaba ñoo nekkee benn area ñoom tamit ñu boole leen Bakote London Corner understand nga ñoo bokkee benn area ñu boole leen am nañ tamit teams dañ jóge from outside far from our region also our community ñu jóge ay Bundung understand nga bunung area bi neema area bo non yep ñu bolen at ci bunung cluster bi. So this is why we come with that cluster. Then you have representatives from each community, basically.
Yeah. So basically you have four different clusters, right?
Yes.
4 different clusters. And how many teams are going to make it to the Nawetan from the qualified rounds?
4 teams not going to make to the playoffs. No, that is not guaranteed because they are relegated teams. 4 relegated teams. No, like a player. Muna egg.
Okay, so relegated teams they still have that one playoff to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
But first year be Bena team more Egon. First year be, which was Ramdan. Second year be both Bena team. Well, last year Nyari team egg. So yeah, so kuneka second chance for Muna living.
Okay. How many teams in Manjai now? 40? 36?
Manjai now 32.
32, okay. World Cup kind of a World Cup star. Yeah, then
including all hands, Muneka 33.
Okay. All hands. I want to pick the man you play now at Bini. Guys,
last year man don't play, man trees don't play gan. Why moy lolu.
No, so my guy jele man de. What are you play now at Ande?
Axel?
Guys, why am I not live on TikTok? Yeah, well, type my name TikTok live. They get not TikTok live. I will go to TikTok live. I do boy. I got it. I lost TikTok live. No, my jail dollar. Muna play central defense.
No, you're naranga. You registration, so you know play.
Now I'm play it. That's the best time to come here. I got one time over I like that. Where like December, you know, when some of you won't get on. Tag at me. Your work is struggle. Right? Because you like changing them to GFF Leagues. Man, because space new. Why Munen call out tutti. I think we're wondering about Real the Banjul already. FF Cup bit. They got a shock now. FF Cup Real didn't do last time. Like they were hoping to make the double, but unfortunately, they are out of the FF Cup. But league be almost now. One game at the first division. The second division is at the final stages. FF Cup B, I believe now is the finals left. Yeah, yo, right now, league be what is exciting about the league right now, especially the first division before you see second division.
Wow, league be fogna relegation battle be who finishes second and third more right now. So by hell fortune kero ñu ngi door am forces ñi nga xamni ñu ngi struggle to relegate ñu ngi avoid sports fortune do leen do metti understand nga because of fortune dañu wara dañu bëgg end of second bo so amé second tamit nga am price bo yobale dara wi day dégala football ga ñom baru xaliss da dañu fi tamit so play at least lu bon nga am na yobale kër understand. And also Chama, that takes me to Nahawa Gina to the ceiling my life. Gis nga suñu avoid football be muy football muy interesting throughout the scene, but last days are muy interesting. I think the subvention and prize money you get take. I think then go bring down the ladder. Understand that gis ne so I'm winning league am prize, second prize, third prize. The more gonna am something. I think Lord by doing that dinata you really have to happen at football. Understand that? So Lord tamit lu jara by hell. Lu jara by hell. Why come over? Okay, no.
Now I was gonna go to the female side because Better Willing Sagai Greater Tomorrow. They won the first and the second division. Better Willing Hanga end that dominance between Police FC and Red Scorpions, the long serving, dominance of those two clubs. Better Willing Barki de Monya like first division and now they are winning the league, which is very, very impressive. I was watching the highlights of their game. It was very, very interesting game. I saw a wonderful goal. I think so many guys said Gambian football. Yep, goal you almost guess yep. That was the best goal I've seen in the league. Maybe there might be better ones, but for me, you might guess that goal they scored on that day. I think Birkama scored. Yeah, it was a wonderful goal. It was a wonderful goal. Yeah, let's talk about those two. Berewul and Greater Tomorrow. Yeah.
Chama woon na te na ko waxat
Mhm.
man red scorpion la ak Berewulen yaa ngi demee ma ne seconde red Berewulen la so man red la
Mhm.
Chama Berewulen is the most organized football club in the Gambia.
Mhm.
Come at any level,
Mhm.
at any level, muy góor muy jigéen muy force muy soko muy tradition muy nawetaan ñoo la gën a organize.
Mhm.
Like it's a community team boo xam ne ay mag ay borom xam-xam borom boppa ñoo téye team bi. maa ngi recall 2021 when we organized that award night si la respect nii everything xale yi dañ ñëw on time they are dañ leen uniform everything dafa nekk even their academic sax gars yi dañ ko def dañ so dañu so xale dañuy dem school xale yi dañoo indi good grades waaw Berewulen is not only a football team Berewulen is an institution boo xam ne dañoo jox xale yi future understand nga te Berewulen ku ñu jëra dooleel lañ gis nga luñu achieve nii tey si sort spam bii nii lu yaaga liggéey la de man bu ma nekk xale maa ngi dégg Berewulen du léegi de yaaga naa ko dégg de Berewulen lu ma yaaga dégg la te nag dafa jot lu ngay am ni tey dañ ko disaa dafa jot tey maa ngi ñaan yàlla gaay yeneen ndam mu continuer te di ñaan tamit nit ñi tamit nañ di bàyyi xel ci Berewulen because organization is key to everything you are doing planning is key to everything we are doing especially in football one of the last week before last affaire Real de Banjul they are where they are because they have a proper plan proper structure is nekku ne bàyyi lock all sëriñ lu ñoo wax de ni fa gën a sëriñ Real de Banjul they don't have the quality players yi nit ñi mën a cooy di siin amuñ ko only one or two nga fa mën a oo año amar nga fa mën a oo the rest are just normal and average players like any other players yi nekk si teams but they have a system in place they have a plan bu ngay teg boo xam ne moo tax coach bi mu ngi am result sum soxla player bu ñu nga fit in simple so loolu la TM Greater Tomorrow tamit likewise and also another question mark Cham football especially female football is going down south the West Coast they are dominating and if you go to West Coast Chama muy female football muy academic football they have it in abundance academics yu di jeex la fa gay am Greater Tomorrow Yaakaar Fortune Orasanga Berewulen all these teams are from there from that area they are dominating Gambian football even in male football likewise they are also coming in so what are they doing Chama good that others are not doing Chama why is Banjul football going down Chama bugguma dugg si lu détail yu bëri waaye Berewulen daal comme ni ko waxee Berewulen ak Greater Tomorrow I think lii la waaye tamit dañoo war a dafa taxaw seetlu football Gambia ni moo demee Banjul football is dying down completely waa Banjul ñu ngi relégué nañ dañu relégué troisième ñëwaat waaye relégué second division Banjul United tamit dañoo relégué understand City Girls are not doing well comme ni gars yi meloon understand so do you think nu moo demee Banjul football am na problème mu mag a mag de ba pare teams that are qualifying from Banjul coming to the second region coming to the second division are not from Banjul mooy reality bi so there are so many things yoo xam ne Cham we happen right now waaye maa ngi def other topic daal ma ne xam nga environment info
Now, why Banjul, sir? It's an interesting topic. It's yaa ngi dem out of topic, but it's an interesting topic. We all know Banjul migration bi dafa bari. Banjul nit yi fa ngay gën a Banjul ci Banjul fu nekk nii it's an administrative area. So fan la gars yi di jëlee players yi other than dañoo jëli players yi si leen. So that is the biggest challenge bu Banjul am. I know maybe there is another problem bu fa nekk, but the biggest one is migration. That is why Banjul cannot maintain the quality of football bu nga amoon time boobu noonu. ñëpp Banjul lañ sàncee ñu jógee fa ñëpp di ngay dem Congo everybody is moving down so they cannot keep up with that but like loo ko waxee there are other things tam yu si tax xëy na tamit seen administrative bi ak yooyu noonu wala ñu ne nekk di roon seen football yi foofu noonu because they are still those people they are ñoo nekk si suñu football bi di roon suñu football bi Gambian football so jarul may wax ay tur waaye ñoo nekk di roy suñu football ba léegi football bi demul.
Chama issue bi du foofu Banjul musta bari nit naturally football amul frontière team yi Banjul dañoo wax team yi Banjul bëri na dafa bëri ay outsiders understand it's not about players Banjul it's about team yi Banjul
na waaye Banjul lañ daan produce footballers
accept 100% te still there are still pro footballers there bañ a xamoo bëri players bañ a bëri players de seen ligue bi ak seen nawetaan xale yi xale yi mën a football ñoo fa nekk
waa comme yéen play yow Banjul nga play nawetaan jógee kootu dem play Banjul nawetaan doo play Manjai so
non loolu lu ko waral mooy man suma team moo la am play suma kër la nekk suñ kër team bi nekk suma rakk foofu mooy coach team bi loolu suñ team la man ñu ñoo qualifié loolu team
bi du yow kenn yow gars yi coach yëpp ngeen yóbbu leen ñoom Terence la ñoom gars yi kootu South yi everybody ngeen yóbbu leen ba ñu dem play nga ne man yow sa bopp ngay wax bu naa la ji exemple yu di jee rek bëgg nekk
man problème moo fil Banjul mooy administrative problème pour man personnel yeah because lu ko naa ko so biir wax team su dee qualifié Banjul yëpp TMT foo leen qualifié nga gis at bi nii Aliou win nañ baa ko dara jóge foofu Aliou ci moom ñoo win démb xam naa loolu nañ si ñëw understand yeneen teams bari ñu ngi qualifié Banjul outside lañ jógee loolu lañ war a njëkk a stop Medina loolu lañ war a njëkk a stop understand Banjul should be for Banjul Banjul what around 2014 Banjul is the smallest region in the Gambia but they have ñoo West Coast ñoo am teams 24 teams ñoo play Banjul but that doesn't make sense.
Make good sense. I agree.
Banjul only have 9 wards. You know Banjul 9 wards. Man pour Banjul same football that they go based on wards. 9 wards you know. You play league double round. Understand nga? Ku nekk nga play nu tare sa 16 games. Ku dem Alice nga ci ne li council sax ak council yi dañ see mën a bokk ak council mën a gunge gars yi. Understand because su dee koñ sax Banjul rëy koñ bi dafa xaw a difficult soo ne Gloucester Lancaster yooyu dafa xaw a ndaw waaye soo ne ward par ward understand nga moo gën Banjul war a restructure seen third division bi de pour mën nañu ko restructure bu baax a baax if not rek pour Banjul dafa dee 100% te doon dee sax.
The thing is xam nga tamit finance mooy wax bi boo ko waxee la administrative problem la at the end of the day like you are not looking at the benefit of the football but you are looking at like little things gains here financial. This is the mentality we have. We just think the more teams we have, the better we have money to finance what we're supposed to do as an organization or football. If now then what is the point of having all those teams you register for the Nameta? Why not and it was going across the board. They could ban you like fofu la guy highest teams. So they will take anything they have.
Chama Nawetan is different from this regional league. They have subvention from the federation.
But is it enough? Is it enough? Learn my work,
Chama, man, I believe is football has football today. That's what the Gambia. Understand? But the subvention they have, understand? They can because they need a ticket. So has full. If they are sent tickets, I think they need help. Because they are sent tickets.
Yeah, team they pay for register for play. See.
10,000.
Wow. More like the more teams they have, the more 10,000s they have. That is the reality.
Subvention bullen de jox Chama. Muna organize the entire tournament.
Well, association how can we get more money? Association
that shouldn't be their role. My problem. ñoom two key roles la am pour play mooy pour ñu develop football seen zone bi ak develop seen facility bi loolu mooy seen mooy seen responsibility but RFA bi ñoom is they are there to organize not even to develop them to organize a league understand nga facility du seen problème du seen affaire understand nga development du seen affaire ñoom seen rôle mooy pour ñu organize a league pour xale yi mun a compete pour génn dem represent Banjul so ñoom their bigger interest is Banjul ñu am representation si league bi loolu mooy intéressant comme right now soo demee league bi soo demee si GFF second division KM ak West Coast ñoo fa dominate Banjul loolu la ngay war a reyante te Banjul loolu bu fa nekkoon dañ naan Banjul sa conférence léegi la bay bëri Banjul dañaa ñëw indi 3 teams ak triangle o gars yi génne benn team Banjul United noonu lañ eggee waa Banjul ñooñu dañuy utal yoon pour ñu egg si ñun foofu lay waxee leen so Banjul noonu lañ ñëwee dañuy groupe benn team ne ñi ñooy demal ba ñu represent Banjul loolu du solution na xaalis bi dañ fa tegee bool loolu important pour foofu noonu boo ku jaay ticket soxloo xaalis caa mun foofu lay waxee
Gambia
nañ ko structure
Gambia I say, what do you make of it, Sidi?
No, okay. The country's capital's football going down low. I think not with a good sign. So honestly, the regional body, they have to look at themselves. Why is this happening? Because they have to be worried them it. I mean, because lose naturally, they're gonna lose a lot of talent. So honestly, they have to look at themselves. Sort of new symposium, whereby they will come together, they are discussing the root problem. So, honestly, government, they need to have discussions because this cannot continue because naturally, so continue. Gambia under 17, under 20 national team, players from Banjul to Fabariat. So yeah.
Fabariat. Well, the other thing, the other positive thing, Gambia Port Authority, even though Gambia Port Authority is big, it's not just Banjul, but TV Banjul la. Ports TV Banjul la. So they are going back to the first division, which is a very good thing. We're gonna have another team, Banjul team, in the first division as well. So congratulations to Ports. When I go, send striker be. He had another wonderful season. Jump. Yeah. How about Ports? Medina they can go up, which is a team from Banjul.
Chama, yeah, Port team Banjul la, Banjul lañ trainer, Banjul lañ base, understand? But again, so gisee ñu ngi wax team Banjul dëggantaan Banjul United ak waa Banjul ñu tax.
Why is that?
Tout bi sax. Wala dafa team Banjul ak Hawks yëpp ñoom wala daan yëpp Real ñoom Banjul lañ commencé. Understand? Waaye comme ñële ñu ngi uyoo tout ba pare 80% of their players ñoom ñëpp Banjul lañ dëkk waa Banjul lañ so mu tax waa Banjul ak Banjul United ñooy team Banjul dëggantaan Ports is no more team Banjul Ports Hawks Real wali daan ñoo yëpp nekkatoon team Banjul Australia ñoo fa ëppa understand so yeah and work again congratulations to Ports understand that they've gained promotion they are champions but not moving right now because of mathematically they are not the champions. But if you look at the table, the 2 games are the 6 points against the league with a difference, goal difference of 16. So it's almost impossible to pull Medina or window. Then their next game is against Medina. So only a draw on a standard for both teams will decide what's the league. Medina qualify just second. Understand? And again, even though today Medina didn't lose, understand? Global don't samba, but the guarantee business and qualification. So, yala panada.
They do samba. Gaya you gonna do samba guy. Everybody like do samba. But so you go for it.
Good, but now, proceed. No was more reply for. Yala ham nara kita pretty.
Well, when I guy, my look at whole table. You guys are sitting 12 level on points with Wagadu and Gunjur, and then you have Carifin East who are on the playoff spot currently on 35 points. So you guys need I would say a draw will be enough, right?
It depends. It depends. Yeah. It depends. We can relegate directly. Not a relegation. We are safe from relegation. After yesterday's results. Okay, but we are avoiding the playoff spot. So a win against Walidan, against Tamga will guarantee our stay. Okay, even a draw, depending on Canafin's results. So Canafin lose or guy lose a new draw, then we are safe. 100%. Because the goal defense, Mota. And look at the table, Chama. I know people will ask why should the global be where they are. I think, and it's a good question because probably we are the third highest scoring goal, third highest scoring goal team in the league. Only Ports are elite young score.
Yeah.
Understand? But
Yeah.
again, football is two things. Because attack wins you matches, but defense wins you titles. So you have attack and defense.
Don't worry, Jesse. Don't worry. You're my defensive coach.
Yala
See, what I'm saying, we just my defensive coach. I can handle that. Later, I get best defensive league. So what you hate defensive coach?
No, I can use score.
No, I may be nyarla. I score get defense.
ñaar de mané ko ñaar la de
ñaar man defense la wine league bi fi de suma league bi fi
ñaar
defense la ko wine
yalla bon
way lolu Seni maa ngi stadium bi gay ko laal de tay stadium bi what is going on there yow xamuloo si dara maa ngi gis gay dañoo change grass bi wala lan la Ebou Faye lum plan.
I've seen pictures or images, but well, hopefully maybe Chair Munanyo helpful. But I have no idea what's going on.
Mandal series mo jige train na wala gay ngay gëné ñax xamul lu fa xew kéro la gam foot post ko understand gis mo gam foot sax dama gis fa ko won mu bo hol stadium bi ma gis fu na ngay fekk no gam foot la understand ma gis ko mané li du fa démé ni ñi ra xam ñi ñoo dé ak xam dañoo ci nak xamul understand mo dal anyway xamul su du bari dal way dal doyna wax
so Western Heights bi noonu right
man day bunu ma téla wol
Hopefully, when you play for
wait, see how you get Western because of first pitch before I lay on using go for the chan team and the female team for testing, but the purpose for it using go. Later you go on stadium with how using go. So man, in my opinion, Heights move then go waste. And what am I going to go? If I say confirm nako, mune blame me mom la. Mune gay am how problem with dakala insects in your effect. So mune def amul pesticide, how ma amul pesticide. Yegi mune jël na blame bolo. Mané ko so jëlé blame bi nak légui lan moy consequences take it blame. There should be consequences, but Gambia there are consequences. Finally, let's talk about the foreign-based players. Business movement a ngi happen waxtaan nañ about Gibirl Sillah contract am bi jeex na Ablaye Diallo tamit contract am bi jeexoon na sign nañ new contract Ali Sow contract am bi jeex na after a wonderful season xam nga players yaa ngi make moves Gambian players yi but I think for now the most exciting one so far is Ablaye Diallo leaving Mets after 5 years going to Servette. I cannot pronounce that name. Servette in Swiss. Yeah. Which is a good move because it's a club that could, be participating in the Champions League. It's a club that could be participating in the Champions League. And to be honest, Kuham Ablaye Diallo, in terms of Lumun football, I'm not injuries, he's on yep. But Kuham, the qualities he possesses, I think that is a place we would love to see him. We think he that is his place to be playing. Playing for Mets for the last 5 years, going on loan and not progressing. It was I'm not in a negative way. Then you're living me Ablaye.
Chama.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, no sa mo break.
Okay, yeah. Sa star bi lay wax Ablaye Diallo yow tam Ablaye Diallo sa star la comme Bouba rek. So we nekkoon nag ni ko tey mu ñëw rek ma waag Ablaye waaye seeing him going to Swiss, having a new start, having a new beginning, it could be a good thing, and hopefully his injury woes will go behind him. What do you make of that move, Jay?
I'm so happy, and it's a very, very good move for him. Parce que man for a long time dama yaakaar ne Ablaye xaw ma si moom la ndax Mets ñoo ko yàpp. For the first time, last time bi mooy bu Mets nekkee first division Ablaye play fa saa yu nekkee first division dañ ko joxe loon su gaay di demee down nga indiwaat ko Understand? This time I'm not fired. And he full Gambia because Gambia ñun tout lañ xool. Ablaye made a very very good move pour ñu xam. Team mu dem ñoo am second si Swiss League bi. Ba pare they are going for the Champions League playoff qualifiers and they might play in the Champions League. If not, they'll also play in Europa League. So basically, Ablaye will play in Europe. Understand? In terms of contract, I mean, that's am benefit today. Because I sign contract qualifying to the Champions League, the incentives you enjoy your bonus enjoy your likewise tamit even Gambian football si bopam understand dynamic mo demé xam nga daf ñoo dimbalé bu baaxa baax xam nga having more teams competing in the Champions League how for more players xam nga loolu daf ñoo dimbalé experience wise ci national team so comme I think it's a very very good move and we are wishing him all the best and tamit diko ñaan tamit injury tamit mu nekk behind him loolu mo ko gëna waste time niyam war na ko saxal pede mu jóg si bu baax wax mu sure mu nekk fa parce que man daal caama sama fonction bi 3-5-3-4-3 boobu noonu war naa gaaw taxaw de
war naa taxaw
parce que nga am Minte on the right wing Federer on the left wing nga am Jamano ak Moussa two tens caama loolu am dala nga am Francis ak kii si digg fii ak Mahmoud Badio
fooy teg Aboubacar Bari
alors mun naa ne sama
yeah, Aboubacar Bari is one of the best players I'm gonna go to second half
man sama xalaat la woote sama xalaat la
Francis is very good back up breakthrough in Everton team bi ba pare may go time tuuti
moom tey resume na prison sax
dégg la Seni another player who made a move which is very exciting too is Musa Juara, he made a move to Poland. It's a team in Poland. It's a decent team in Poland. It's a record move for them. Like he's their highest paid player. I had.
Nice.
They are so excited about him. I contributed in an article about him. I think we'll see how but it's written in Polish. That is the thing. But I will share with you guys later that article. It's a very long article about him. When I read that, I was like, wow, all this they are doing for him. They are expecting big things from him. They say they have never had a player like him, exciting like him. The journalist was talking to me, things like that. Exciting one. And he's a player, I told them, he's a player that we still have high hopes of because since Italy, Gambia, I'm on the hopes player. He's one of 4 players, Gambian players, to be nominated for the Golden Boy, for the European Golden Boy, or it's the World Golden Boy. I don't know. Golden Boy. Yeah, he's only one of 4, including Minte, Musa, Ibrahim Adabo. These are the only 4 Gambian players to ever be nominated in that. I think he had a decent 2 seasons in Violet. Why join coach in my opinion. But also maybe more contribute to because usually you guys see any season be guided there for relegation. Gary could use a lot, and then he become their savior for the last 2 seasons, especially the previous one. So that was really good. What do you make of his move to Poland? Not many Gambians go there.
Yeah, Chama, of course. So financial wise, well, I think it's a good move for him. Trying to secure his life as well. Understand? Fine. Sometimes Polish teams, then they in Europe, leisure, also etc. So well, I'm not Gambians in but they don't have that interest in that league. But I'm not at the end of the day, football and they play. Then football is a short career. So soon you can offer that amount of money. Well, Lulu, honestly, I think can do blame to Lulu. Fine. Gambians, then go gets to the top because considering his capability, understand when he started in the Serie A, But I think in terms of monetary wise, good move for him.
Yeah, definitely. But I think I will add is I believe if he have a team that gives him the opportunity to play week in week out, we could gain it. Because guy can violate, you could make a run. The family another player, he's a player. He needs time on the pitch to show what he like. Do they all like cameo appearances? the more minutes, like the more regular games he play, like they improve very rapidly in his game. Man, loolu dama ko realize si moom. So this team, he's gonna be the star player, of course. If you are being the highest paid player, they expect a lot from you. So they will expect him to be playing every single time. And I think that will put him in good position to showcase his talent because I think he's very talented. I think he's very talented player, and he can still be a very important player. I think last time when he came to the national team too, he wasn't a hard for him because I can remember he was injured, and then he still forced himself to stick with the team, try to help. And Coach Johnny was very appreciative of that. Ache, Ibrahima
Now,
Juwara, Ibrahima Juwara,
no,
Musa Juwara.
you are a speed and break is something else.
Mhm.
Mela more speed and break is something else. Understand?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's come regular. Like we need him. We need every Gambian player who play the top level to perform. Could you have headache? I'm nightmare. Put pick team.
Yeah.
Players you play. I mean, they have headache. I'm nightmare. I'm the so guest on hey. Yang guest on hey Sajuala. We have more end. Lola sola lola coach buga lola team lola ni defense sola. So yala bana yala fa jamare.
Yalla baax na, yeah. Other moves yu happen tam si week bi, Lamin Jawo moom dafa make move am bi permanent to Yablo nak. He was there on loan, had a very decent spell there, so I'm not surprised that they turned that loan move into a permanent deal. Another player is from the home front, from Kanifing East to Port Brezova, Mohamed Dumbuya. He's not a player who was not on my radar, but maybe it's on your radar because your youngest scout will Gambia. Che. Do you know the kid and how good is he?
Chama dumbe last 2 years suñu la play na ren contre play na.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, voilà, jël nañ ko zonals. Alaji din moko scoutal BST.
Yeah.
BST na ko BST ñoko joxon loan kan fi. This start of the year. After second round loko guy make permanent. Dumbuya is a talented footballer. Steve like footballer. Mura Steve the fall like if you saw it based on both move future move for never. Steve the fall like personally because he looks like Steve, he plays like Steve. He is a very, very good player, very raw talent. Understand that? He has all the attributes of an attacking player. He is skillful, understand that? But he needs development. He needs to be developed and he needs to have consistency in his game. Understand? Ligue mu yoro si mom nak bari na bari wut. Why when it comes to the talent is there. But he's a good trainer. Fitness wise, like bi dafa ñëmé train. Suñ fitness test yëpp ñu def côté yëpp always dafay nekk first or second ci list bi. Understand nga? He's a good trainer, he's a proper footballer. Yeah. Lu ñu war a improve rek mooy dafa war a work on comme la ko waxee gis nekk certain things ci game am. Especially his mentality. Foofu la war a liggéey ci moom mentality am. They have these 4 corner models that we scout when we are looking for a player. And it's important. More the tactical aspect, the mentality, the physical, and also the technical. The technical is there, the physical is there. Understand? Tactically, I don't say he's bad, but he needs to be improved. But his weakest attribute, understand? More mentality. Full need liggéey ko. Mun na consistent. Xam lu nekk si moom. Man dama gëm ne moom xam lu nekk si moom. Dumbuya play xam lu nekk si moom. Dafa rey defender. Trust me. Very talented player. Very, very talented player. And I wish him all the best. So bayal suma stirusi that they won't me dugaloon naa ko. Even ñu play guy first leg bi ñu doon picture ma moom xam nga. Yeah. So just last week I think 3 or 4 days ago ñu doon chat. So du ko wish we are like xam nga. Du ko wish everything good.
Yeah, it was
And
yeah,
I'm hopefully dina ko make.
Yeah, we come up with mentality. It's, to be honest, it's the most important. It's the four model to the one. It's the most important because if that one is strong, all the other aspects, they can sometimes. So I'm here aspect why is mentality bad here, then that I'm fit. So hopefully he will work on that. Whoever is surrounding him, he's on a BI too as well, who is also a renowned agent now in the country, helping these young players, fulfill their talents, taking them to
Yeah.
the right paths. So
And Chama,
hopefully,
one thing from Majo was Chama, He wants to make it as a footballer. Trust me, he loves the game. Every time, boy, coach, naka la war a improve, lan la manqué, coach, naka suma jotee baax de, naka tey li. Am na benn picture bu mu amee sax. Dafa assist si nawetaan last year. So mu ngi def nii, picture mu ngi def nii, gis ngeen. Fekal lu mu doon explain foofu mooy ne, dañ ko ne ko, yow sa tànk yi ne mun ngaa cross. Lu tax nga ne bëgg a kataa play ba pare, nga doog a dugg si bopp. Mu ne ko, soo beenee rek crossal benn. Loolu nga def soo crossé nañ mën a score. So dafa benn rek cross mu assist. So loolu nga gis ngeen. So he wants it. He wants to be up there. And he can be up there. Su ko dimbalee dina ko mën a mbir. Trust me, he's a good player. Very talented player. 100%. am naa si moom yaakaar bu baax a baax.
I think he was part of your pre-Nawetan photos that we posted. Now
Yes,
I can recall his
image. He was one of our poster boys. He's good looking.
Yeah.
He was fan favorite.
Fan favorite.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah, I think those were the moves that happened this week, but we are expecting to see a lot more coming up, especially Aliso. I'm expecting him to confirm his move to Rising Sport or move to another club. Right, Rising Sport fans are absolutely crazy about him. They want him to sign because Aliso, he's not just the Gambian top scorer in the month, in the season. He is Rising Sports highest goal scorer in their history in a league season. So which is massive as well for Ali. So if they're gonna give him a contract, they're gonna give him
Dinero, naga indi dinero, naga yoka halis bi rek. Ali bul tof de, nañ yoka halis bi rek. Nañ fay 50% extra.
Wow, money. But why my Lulu? I think it was a wonderful show today. Any final words you buga shed, then you got to call it a night on my side and a day on your side.
Waaw Chama comme na woon fa woon rek di jégal waat rek gars yi ne leen xam nga rek suñ coobare suñu sañoon saa su ne ñoom ci ak yéen xam nga waaye li la yàlla dogal xam nga ngeen understand ko noonu rek ñu ngi try lu nekk because ñëw record rek dafa métti surtout ñëw live dafa over difficult waaye ñun ñoo ko sombi so foog ñu naan ko waaye tam di leen war a yéen ngeen ñoo understand rek xam nga team bi bëriwut gis ngeen maa Chama rek ngeen fay gën a fa gis space yi day jàppale ak ñoom Buba ak ñoom Sène team bi bëriwul te liggéey bi du liggéey benn nit oo ñaari nit li liggéey team la bu mu dem ñu si war a jàppale wala bëri waaye comme yéen ñi nga xam ne yéen spiti dañuy jàppale dañuy support di seetaan xam nga di comment yooyu moo ñu dee doole yooyu moo ñu dee motivé xam nga ñun yéen lañ bañ a disappoint lu ñoo def pour yéen la su la ñu leen ñaan tamit ngeen a share di like xam nga di comment xam nga daf ñoo dimbali ñu gën a grow xam nga gën a sawar loolu am pour lu ma wax rek.
Yes, my guy, thank you for joining us once again. And the apologies here. Hopefully, we will be more consistent going forward. Thanks for joining us. It was the Gambia Football Show. We will be back next week, inshallah. But hopefully, during the course of the week, I'm out of mojo be a little bit start recording things. Pre-season, I start most of the Gambian players, business Delon and Yankuba, Adama, Abdullah Cisse team I'm alone playing. They just winning 6-0. I just hope next corner be an onyar. Game no. So I will just check that later. But Jerry and Jeff for joining us on the Gambia Football Show. It was me, Chama, and Che, and Sene, of course. Thank you, guys. If you're ready on, Jerry and Jeff. Boys on.